Hi everyone, welcome to bath time for my babies. You all know how much I think of these motorbikes. Now, this is pretty much what I have to do once every couple of months, just with a build-up of dust when they're all in the garage and everything. So normally I like to give each bike an individual pamper and sauna day. You all know what I think about me bikes. I'm a bit too anal when it comes to keeping them clean and everything. In fact, normally when I've ridden one of the bikes out, I come back and then spend an hour or two washing it. Anyway, won't go into all that today. Recently I've been having a garage fitted. That video is going to come to you very soon. The guy who came to fit the garage door, no names mentioned because I'm thrilled with the job. He didn't understand. My fault in a way. I wasn't here that day. I was away at work. I should have covered the bikes because look at this. This nearly broke my heart when I came home from work. I was checking the garage door. Then I looked over at the motorbikes. Now, by the way, I should say at this stage, the cameraman today is my youngest son, Zach. And he's also, not only is he a budding cameraman, he's a budding motorbike rider because he has been riding the CRF. So that's why, look, it's important to keep this clean for him. Can you see the dust? This is all the cement dust, which the guy who was fitting the garage door, he had to shave the concrete pillars either side. There was dust literally everywhere. I mean, look at the seat on. Oh. Let's go over to the Enfield, Zach. Look at this. This breaks my heart. Look down here. So what I'm going to do today is just to show you my very quick cleaning routine when I have to wash the bikes, normally after they've built up a bit of dust in the garage or in the shed, wherever they've been. Can't wait to show you the new garage, by the way. It's really coming on well. So first things first, I did a cleaning video, oh God, years ago. And I was dead against power washers because I was so protective of the bike. But you know what? After you've been cleaning the bikes for a couple of years, you suddenly think, yeah, I'm going to have to get a power washer. So, bit of a lifesaver. So, first things first, power washer. Now, so what I do first of all, especially in this case with dust all over the bikes, I'm just going to give them a hose down. If you haven't got a power washer, that's fine. Just hose them down. Don't rub them with a bucket of water because you're likely to rub the tiny bits of cement in this case, or little particles of dust, or any sharp stuff. If you rub it straight away, you could just rub that into your paintwork. Do not do that. I did that a few years ago, so I know from bitter experience. So power washing is the way to go, or a hose. So by doing this, what you're doing straight away is just to take the general crud, gunk, rubbish off the bike. Because after this process, I'm then going to put on a cleaning agent and then a foam wash. But I'm just taking the general rubbish off the bike doing this. Sorry, Zach, I hope you didn't get wet there. Incidentally, the reason I'm choosing a day like this, not a sunny day, is because then when you're washing 5 bikes, I know first world problems and all that, lucky boy syndrome I think, you don't want the water to dry on one because then you'll start getting streaks. However, I do have a product I'm going to show you in a minute to eliminate you getting streaks, but nevertheless it's good to do it on a cloudy day, not a sunny day. And in Ireland, you can bet your bottom dollar, 90%, it's nearly a cloudy day. So we're good. So next I'm going to use a product. This is Auto Bright. It's called Extreme Bike Cleaner. It's similar to the muck off thing and whatever else. I think there's a bit of acid in here or something. It's not too abrasive though, which is good. It's what I quite like because about this one, because with other products I have noticed that there's been a blemish on the paintwork. Haven't had this with this product, so yeah, it even says there, fast acting but gentle formula. So I think they've possibly toned down whatever ingredients are in this. But what I do now, just before I spray foam the bikes, I put this on the sort of hard to move stuff, like mainly on the front of the bikes, and in the summer, flies. Brilliant for getting rid of flies. Not too much crap on this bike because it's been in the hallway most of the year. So I'll just give that a good spray in there, and that shifts the stuff off there. To be honest, that's probably all I'm going to do on the frame of that bike. I always do the wheels with this stuff because it gets rid of the build-up of tar and brake dust. So really good for that. So I'll go around to the back wheel as well here, Zach. No harm getting right in there. Give it a good old spray. I'll leave this on for about 10 minutes. But I'm also going to spray foam over the top. So we'll go around this side now, Zach. Now you can see the wheels on the Aprilia here, they do get full of gunk because I put something on there as well to try and make the brake dust easier to wash off during the year, but it's a little bit greasy. So at times like this, I normally give the exhaust, you can see the little bits of stuff there building up from the exhaust as well. Bit of petrol also removes that, but again, I don't really like using petrol on the bike frame. Because it is a bit too abrasive sometimes. Well, the reason it works so well, you've got to question that, you know, it does take the stuff off very quick. So there's a bit of stuff. I wonder if we can get a shot down there, Zach. You see that stuff in there. So I always like to spray it down there because obviously that gets sucked up from the front forks. So I just spray basically the really heavily tarnished areas with this stuff, leave it to settle for 10 minutes. And then we'll spray foam next, okay? So I'll just get on and do this. Zach, you can have a little rest because you're doing a sterling job. I can just tell you're cut out for this lark. Normally I'd remove the panniers and everything, but I want to give them a wash as well. Like I say, I know I keep saying this isn't the individual pampering I would give each bike. This is just the general wash, and I've just spotted underneath the mudguard on the CRF a load of gunk, so this will be great for that. So you can go under there, Zach. Oh God, this is the first time I've put a product on this gorgeous brand new paintwork. It'll be fine.
That's what they all say.
So now the fun bit, I love doing this, it makes for good photo opportunities as well. So normally I use the Auto Glim. They do a really good shampoo, but it's twice the price of Halford's own make. And since I then do a hand wash afterwards, this will be fine. This just, again, it irritates all the dust and all the mud and everything. And it's just like one of those famous Irish proverbs. It's like, to be sure, to be sure. So I'd just like to give it a few coatings, as much as I can really, just to get the rubbish off. So here we go. I'll put that down. By the way, if you're wondering how much that is, in Ireland that's €15 for all of that. That's 5 litres. For 2.5 litres of the Auto Glim power wash concentrate, it's the same price. So it's literally, you're getting twice as much for your money with the Halford's own brand. So top tip. Okay, we'll start down here, Zach. Okay, that's the foaming done. What I do now, I leave that for about 10 minutes just to work in, go off and make a coffee or something like that. Come out, wash that off, and then, well, then you'll see what happens next. I'm loving this whole thing of having a cameraman. It's brilliant. Normally I'd be trying to clean the bikes with the camera in the other hand. I really am getting the job done twice as quick. I think you've got a job for life there, Zach. I tell you what, I'll make a trade. You can ride the CRF as much as you want, Zach, as long as you do my videos at home. How about that?
Sounds like a deal.
We're on. So as you can see down there with the tar on the exhaust shroud and everything, it's going to take more than a power washer. It's going to need a good bit of working, but I'm not going to do that on this video. This, like I say, is just the general cleaning. It really pays to use good cleaning agents and good polishers, because the water is literally beading and bouncing off all of the motorbikes. So it's proof that it's worthwhile spending a bit of money on your polishing stuff, because it really does protect the bike. Okay, so the next bit, and in many ways, you know, that's probably enough just to give it a general clean, you know, but again, I like to go that extra mile for my babies. So what I do now is I hand wash. I hand wash again any stubborn stains, normally the front of the bike, but in around the engine compartment as well. Now, I always use a clean sponge. I mean, the number of times I see people using the same sponge they've had for about 3 years, like they cost nothing, and those little bits of grit and everything which get embedded in the sponge, you never know. You just do not want any scratches, especially on paintwork. So big bucket of water. The products I use here for the Aprilia RS660, I use something by Chemical Guys, and it's a matte a satin matte finish, and it's for bikes just like the RS660 with that matte coat. To be honest, it's probably the same as every other shampoo, but they wouldn't make it. That's what I keep telling myself. They wouldn't make it unless it had some sort of properties which is good for matte paint. So I've used this a few times. It does come up beautiful, and it gives the paintwork a lovely finish on the RS660. So that's by them. I bought that at Halifax. Can't remember how much that was. And again, another Auto Bright Direct product. This is streak-free shampoo. Now, where this is really good, apart from the smell of it, I love the smell of it, but it comes up with a great finish on all of the bikes as well. But where it really shines, see what I did there, is that if you do get caught out and the sun does come out when you're cleaning your bikes and it dries the water, it really does stay streak-free. So it does exactly what it says on the tin. Very impressive stuff that. Can't remember how much that was either, so sorry about that, but it'll be all over the internet, this stuff. Right, okay, I'll get a bucket of water. We'll start with the streak-free shampoo first, and that's the next stage. I should also state as well, if your bucket has been in storage in the garage, just give it a rinse out. Again, I came a cropper on the FJR, I'll never forget it, and there was some bits and pieces of grit in the bottom of the bucket from the previous wash, and I actually scraped the FJR. Wasn't a good moment. Obviously use hot water as well. Most of you are going to know this and think to yourselves, what on earth is he telling us to use hot water for? Of course we'll use hot water, but you'll be surprised. So what I always do, I know I'm saying I do the hand wash on the engine and normally the front of the bike, but before I do any engine washing, I'll always do the paint work, and again it's to eliminate any scratches from anything caught up. So go around on the tank there. It's like having a workout this, Zach. I'm out of breath. I find as though I'm going quicker, you see, because I don't have to operate the camera. That's great. Now I'll come back and do the engine compartments on all of the bikes once I've done the sort of paint work on the tank. We'll leave the Aprilia until last because I'm going to use that different shampoo for that. One of the things I always find is that when the bikes are in storage, whatever or wherever you keep your bikes, the seats always age the bike, you know, they always look dusty, or they always look as though they're showing signs of wear and tear. So I always try and keep them nice and supple, especially with my backside sitting on them. And you know how fussy I am about the seat comfort on my bikes. Yeah. I think this is the quickest I've ever washed 5 bikes. I'm going to have to increase your pocket money, I think, Zach. You're doing a great job. I'm not going to do the wheels properly today, okay? Because again, that's something I do individually because I really do go to town on the wheels. So I'll save that for another day. Again, general wash. I'm sure you've got the idea by now. And I just like, I can't help it, you see. I might just give them just a once around like that. All right, that spray on the bike, the extreme bike cleaner, did a great job because all of the little bits of tar have come straight off now. Really good. And this is the satin matte finish I showed you. Okay, now final rinse down. All right, that's the spraying done. Now, Zach, I'm sure you'll appreciate we've just spent some wonderful father and son time. So I'm sure at this stage of the day, you'll need a little bit of time by yourself. So what I'm going to ask you to do is we'll get the proper bike dryer, and you can use that whilst I go off for a cup of tea, and I'll be back out in 20 minutes. How does that sound?
Not the best.
In fairness, that did leave me with a dilemma, because if Zach was going to do this, he was going to film it. So get out of jail free card there, Zach. So that's all the drying done. Next stage, what I do on all of the bikes, and only on the tanks and the fairings as well, because this stuff just brings it up like new. It's a ceramic quick detailer. Again, this is an auto bright product. Use it on all the bikes. It's just, well, apart from the Aprilia, but it's just incredible, this stuff. I'll give you a quick demonstration. It's really quick to do. I put it on with one cloth and wax it off. I sound like the Karate Kid. Wax on, wax off with another cloth. But the results are incredible with this stuff. Okay, so I just, in small circles, just gently rub it into the paintwork. Leave it to dry for a minute or so, although there's no drying in it, in fairness. But I do then sort of switch to another cloth, a drier cloth, which I think just brings up the incredible shine. I mean, look at that. That looks like it's showroom, doesn't it? It's amazing. So I'll do that on all of the bikes. Really quick to do. Literally takes minutes for the 5 bikes. But look at the finish. Can you just get a close-up of that, Zach? I mean, look at the finish on that. It's like a mirror finish. It's just brilliant stuff. Love that stuff. In fact, I think out of all of my cleaning products, that's possibly my favorite, just because you can see incredible results straight away. And then again, I'll use another cloth just to really buff it up, the dryer cloth. Look at that. Can you see the finish? I hope the finish comes over on camera here. I mean, the finish is unbelievable from this stuff. Can you see that, Zach?
You can.
It looks shiny.
Looks detailed.
That's exactly what it is. Hey! It's all in the detail. And that, folks, is just about it. One last thing I do. Now, I have actually made a separate video of this. This is Meguiar's Plast RX. I use this on the windscreens. It's the most amazing stuff, this. But I don't do it as a general every time I clean the bikes because it's very abrasive. But what it does do is to bring the most pitted and horrible sort of murky windscreen back to life. It's incredible stuff, this. I bought that in Halfords again. I think I paid €18 for that one. I know that because I have done a separate video. I was so impressed with this. I did a separate video all about this stuff. So I'm not going to use it today because the windscreens, well, the one on the VFR is brand new, even though I don't like it. So new windshield coming soon. And the windscreen on this has been brought back to life already by this product. So that's it, folks. I'll just leave you with a few close-up shots of the bikes in, well, in the replenished glory. And all thanks to Zach, the most amazing camera person today. Thank you so much, Zach. I really couldn't have done that without you because I flew through the bikes. It's the quickest I've ever washed the bikes. And it's so much easier just having 2 hands to clean a bike. Okay, thanks a million for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. I always love a new bike. A new bike? They're not new. A clean bike, even better. All I have to do now is go out and ride them again and get them dirty. Once again, thanks a million for tuning in. If you're not a subscriber, become one. I have some great videos coming to you very soon. Dave Perry, Really Good TV. Over.